That's enough of you, I'm afraid. We're going to go into game and see Elong versus YaTo as in their first game on Cliff. So we have Elong in the red on the offensive and YaTo Gaming in the blue on the defensive. Let's have a look at those lineups and tell us about the tanks.
Oh yeah, we see a lot of autoloaders. Almost every tank is an autoloader except for the RU. That means a straight brawl. We should be seeing a straight brawl in the middle of the map. Let's see.
Well, it looks like there is not going to be an engagement there from YaTo there. They're going really into the defensive position. They're moving into E8, which is hugely defensive, and it's in what I call an ambush role. They're waiting to see, like, okay, if Elong rush around, that we're going to be able to take them out, and they're going to go for the sniping positions on the hill. So I don't like the Batchats in this position, though. I always find that they struggle because of the gun depression.
Yeah, I think their role to that position is only to prevent EL Gaming from pushing, and then they can load out the clip. But as an offensive position, it's not as good.
Yeah, you can see Black has already taken a hit, and it's the first blood of the match, but that is it. Remember, Elong Gaming have to win the battle, guys. If they fail to either capture or destroy all tanks, they lose. It's as simple as that. YaTo are defending, so they have the advantage there like that. They are in no rush, because if the timer hits 0, they win.
Yeah, good choice by YaTo. It would make sense to defend as they are defenders.
Yeah, thanks, Dorjan, for saying that. Yeah, Luke, you're really good at explaining that defenders should defend. Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. All right, so the first snipes here is really nice that we see the RU doing some damage there. It's a really nice tank. Tier 8, though, so it does get... Oh, wait, he gets smacked in the face down to 430 HP. Reflection takes it and doesn't reflect that damage.
We can see a flank going by EL Gaming. 2 tanks coming around the lighthouse, trying to put the shots into the middle of Batchats.
Well, the Newman here is taking a few shots from the hills, and he's not able to get a really good vision or really good line of sight against these guys on the hill. And they're exchanging HP in a really negative way. It looks like Black and Reflection have lost too much so far, but it's not over yet. There's a lot of autoloaders, so HP can really switch really quickly. Something just happened on the mainstream. So in the other game that's going on, I heard a cry from every single Cassidex. So something just happened on that last, on the other stream. So if you're interested in what's going on the other one, by all means switch over. We are going to still be here when you return.
Yeah, it looks like EL Gaming decided to pull back. They saw that the trades didn't favor them, and it's time to spot out the new opportunities.
So we are in a bit of a stalemate. Elong doesn't want to attack because they've lost too much HP, and YaTo are doing the right thing, being patient, reloading, and sitting back. I mean, there's not much else you can say about that. But what do you think that Elong have to do to get out of this situation? What do they need to do? If they had perfect vision, they know exactly where everyone is. If they knew that, what would they need to do to get out of this?
They could relocate a couple of tanks to the 1-2 line, as they are exactly doing. One Batchat going to the 2 line. He could go to the E3 position and have flanking shots on those Batchats in the middle. But it looks like that YaTo has that covered. We see us AMX-3090 on C2.
Okay, news from the main stage. It was a one-shot, I believe. One Bats on tank one-shotted a Simp defending Batchat. That's what the cry was about. So if you guys were curious about what that screaming was, it was a one-shot from Wombat against Simp. So Simp's now at a bit of a disadvantage, but they are defending. So in this game, though, it's the quite reverse situation where the attacker, Elong, are struggling to find any weakness in YaTo's defense, although they were doing exactly what you're saying, Raven, and trying to push down the 1-2 line and find something there. But there's some... And what do you think of this defense, the 2 TVPs and the AMX-1390? Is that a good setup?
This TVP, yeah, he can support the upper position of the 2 line, but this AMX-39 is just as a scout. He is only there to prevent them pushing maybe to the A1 corner and having the 1 cap area for EL Gaming.
Well, we're now seeing the move out with the Patchat and the TVP moving up. And this is the slowest I've ever seen Elong play. They're normally quite an aggressive team, a really fast game, but right now they're nervous, I guess. Actually, this is what I was kind of expecting or hoping to see from YaTo's point of view, is that they're actually, because they play each other a lot probably, they're both Chinese teams, they both respect each other, they take their time. I remember playing against some teams that knew me, and they gave me the respect by taking the time, doing the strategies properly, and not just rushing at us and killing us. Some of my teammates thought they were disrespecting us by taking their time, and I was like, no, it's quite the reverse, sirs. They're scared that we've got something up our sleeve or something, that we know something, but we don't. So yeah, there we are.
It's really interesting when you see a full defense, but they only enemy team only has autoloaders. So one little mistake and you're probably out of the game. That's why they're playing more passive.
Yeah, but they've been spotted by the AMX 1390 that's in a great position for defending. He's in a really nice place. He's not going to be spotted unless they come up to the base in the first position. And yeah, they're not going to find him even then. He's in such a good place that firing this 1390 is just forever going to spot these guys. And they don't want to blind fire because they're autoloaders, right?
Yeah, really nice spot.
But here comes the play. They actually spotted the TVP, and YaTo are jumping on him now. Is Elong on the right-hand side of the map. If you watch out there on the mini-map, you see that TVP is now getting chased by two Batchats. It looks like Black and Nice are in trouble, but what a play by Nice, dropping down and make sure he can't be spotted, and Lack is actually getting punished by his teammates. Nice will get the finishing shot. No, he decides not to get it, and instead try and buy as much time as possible for his teammates to help him, because he's actually... able to get two shots off, though. That's pretty good. In fact, look at the HPs it's dropping. It looks like Elong's strategy of splitting up YaTo is doing some good, but Dory wins the duel against Reflection, which could not be a good thing for them. However, the AMX 1390 is spotted, but Fox and Newman are both on reload, which means Fire might even be able to take out Fox if he goes for him. And yes, he is, but Fox is reloaded now. It's not as easy as you want. And it's two more shots for both. Oh, this is scary. I don't think it's obvious for either one of them to win, but the Batchat's behind. He's reloading. And Newman's not far off, but he lost 700 HP there from the teammates from YaTo Gaming. And can he support it? It's really dangerous for both these guys. Fire wants to help his team, and I think it would be a good exchange if he knew he could win it, but I got a feeling that he knows that Fox could kill him with two shots, right?
Yes,
and Fire will only get one shot off, and Fox will get both of his.
Looks like Fire will actually go down, and yeah, even Fire.
Nice one, Fox. What a good play. And this is it. Elong are crawling back. YaTo had the position advantage, had the HP advantage, but Elong Gaming are playing really well.
Yeah, really nice move from them.
So what do you think YaTo did wrong there in that defense? Because they had the position advantage. What did Elong, how could Elong mess that up? Well, not how did Elong, how did YaTo give away their advantage? How did it go wrong for them?
I think that, yeah, EL Gaming had a position on the lighthouse. It's a really strong position where you can control almost whole eastern part of the map. And I think, I believe he did a lot of damage from up the hill.
Yeah, well, actually, it's not over yet. We were just saying how Elong got it back, but actually, disaster struck, and they took on two tanks. So it's gone from turnaround to turnaround to turn around the turnaround. It seems like it's going one way, but it's actually going the other. And yeah, that's not the best thing to happen to Elong ever, but they still have two tanks, both of them autoloaders, so this isn't over completely yet. But if either of these two tanks go down without killing at least one of these from YaTo, it probably is all that she's saying.
Yeah, also they have only 50 seconds to win this game.
That's a good point. Yeah, the timer is really ticking low for Elong, which means that there's two things that could happen. YaTo could actually decide, you know, we could lose this in the sense of send our tanks forward to be a distraction, but just hide a tank somewhere, like this Batchat in G or H9, and just hide him, because once that timer runs out, that's the end of that.
Looks like YaTo's gonna win it. There's just not enough time for EL Gaming tanks to kill all three remaining tanks of YaTo.
Okay, multi-twitch is really good. I just saw the links for it in the thing. You can actually watch both at the same time. So guys, click on that multi-twitch stream. You've got both. You have both chats as well as both streams. So that's really handy. But it looks like the time is going to run out here on Elong. Although they may have won the battle, they lost the war. It's a defeat for Elong, and they lose the first battle, which is a big surprise to many. But maybe not for everybody, and that was some slow-going match. It looks like they just didn't know what to do.
I think we all expected a middle brawl when we saw like 10 autoloaders on the map. But YaTo decided to take the gun slowly and let EL Gaming push and take the damage for it.
Yeah, well, YaTo did it right, and then Elong did the right counter. And then one of their players decided to play a little bit bad. They lost him, and then it swung back against them. And all in all, the timer ran out, and that's the end of that. So, okay, I'm surprised. Elong are not playing themselves, and maybe they were a bit shook up after losing against NSS, and that could be the worst thing that happens to them, because to not go through to day 2 as #1 seed would be a huge hit for their morale. And that's like disband level morale breaking, that is. It's like, I expect you to win. You're #1 seed, get last position. That's disband. Your players are arguing. Morale is a big issue in competitive gaming. You got to keep the team together, right? I'm sure you've got hundreds of stories of teams falling apart inside due to silly things like that.
Yeah, it's really important not to go on tilt, to stay calm. Even if you are like 1, 2, even 3-0 down, you have to keep the calm and just stick to your plan.
Yep. This is why some games try and ban all chat, because you can really provoke your opponents.
Yes.
And this is actually why you never should rage in all chat about your own team, because the enemy team will egg you on and make you disrupt your team, bring everyone's morale down. This works in random games too. You encourage people, be nice to people, you have a higher chance of having the team working together better. I say higher chance because there's always that one guy where you say, good luck everybody, have a great game, even in just team chat, not all chat, and get the classic go beep yourself response from him, and he's like, you're like, oh, I was just being nice. And I've been that feeling too. When I'm in such a bad mood and I'm playing, and then someone's like, have a good day, you're like, you can feel the positive energy. You're just like anti, like, no, I don't want your positivity. Leave me alone. And here we can see the damage, and the TVPs did a lot, but so did the bad chats. It was 50-50. The game was really close.
Yeah. Yeah, we see one player from YaTo Gaming actually didn't do any damage in the bad chat. That's, I guess he got caught out. No other way you miss. Yeah, he didn't fire a single shot, so.
Yeah, that wasn't good. That's how they got back into. That's how Elong got back into the game, was taking him out. But still, I'm hoping game number 2 is a lot more faster pace, and we're going to find out right now, as Elong is now on the defensive, and YaTo are going to try and teach them how to attack, because, well, they lost.
Once again, we see same lineups, same full team of autoloaders, except the RU, and oh, we have an interesting boost coming up.
YaTo are playing with the physics, and oh gosh. That's a huge hill to push up. I'm going to look at this. It's going to work. It looks like it's going to work. But this is a lot of bad chats.
But with the new physics, you actually lose HP if the hill is too steep. We'll see if they actually... Oh, no.
Yeah, there it is. There's the HP loss. Oh, it's a huge amount. It started to stack up, and they got him up. But they lost a good 100 HP there. No, 120 HP got lost. It can be the difference, but unlikely. And that's another 56. What happened there? Oh dear. Anyway, that's interesting. They leave Lack on the hill. I guess that's to distract the enemy. Like, hey, we do have team here. Wink, wink,
so
nudge, nudge.
Actually push in the middle, the EL Gaming, but looks like they're making trap on the 1-2 line.
But how is this trap going to work? Like, what are they waiting for? They're on the offensive.
Maybe they most likely know that EL Gaming likes to play aggressive, so they're just like...
Well, apparently. In the last game, we didn't see much aggression, did we? But Lack is actually spotted by Reflection. He gets only one shot into him by the RU. But Reflection's doing really well for just being a tier 8 tank. He's putting quite a bit of damage against YaTo Gaming.
Oh, looks like tanks are moving up to the hill on the 2 line. Newman is spotted on the hill, but no shots getting fired. Oh.
And he's going to spot them all here as Reflection is in the right place, and he's actually going to be able to spot the entire team of YaTo here. So now Elong know what they have to do. They need to go and take out that bad chat who is running away. Will they make the move, or will they decide to keep playing defensively? The Elong that we know and love are the ones who would just run out of cover and try and kill them, but they seem to be playing very differently this time around.
This Batchet in F7 position is just a bait, so if EL Gaming tanks decided to push him, they will get cover fire from the 2-3 line.
Yeah, true. But it looks like they're going to do it anyway. It looks like they're going round to the 9 line. They're pushing down, and they're actually going to engage him with that TVP there. And it looks like Luck is on reload, so he's not going to be able to do anything to Fox. So unless his teammates can support him, he's going to sit there and just shoot. But no, there was some damage from the teammates, and he's now trying to move into cover, but that's totally worth it. Only 550 lost for that.
Really good exchangement for EL Gaming. They're gonna retreat, they have HP advantage, and YaTo is doing the counter push. They're gonna push the middle, but we see the covering fire from the A5 position.
Yeah. A5 though is not going to be able to do too much because the sniping Batchat is not so good. There goes the first casualty. Reflection. It's only the tier 8, but Lack is dead and Dory, which means the bigger firepower favor is in Elong for sure. And if you look at the HP, it's whittling pretty fast. Remember, YaTo are on the offensive.
Yeah, huge HP advantage, almost 4K for EL Gaming. This looks like it's game over. Yeah, pretty clean win for EL Gaming.
Yeah, pretty nice standard play here as they take out Hate on the hill and Lu Jun chasing Black. Black's going to dive down. Will he kill himself? No, that was really good maneuvering. Will Lu Jun kill himself? No. I'm waiting for someone to make a mistake. Inspired goes for the shot. He's going to fall off. He's going to fall off. Yes. Oh, come on. I thought he was going to fall. No, he doesn't. He didn't. He's fine. As Newman chases him down off the hill, he catches him. I'm liking this. We're watching like a skiing match as they're going down the hill trying to do the slalom. I wonder what the next map is. It looks like it's going to be 1-1 here in the backstage as Elong is actually surprisingly struggling against YaTo. But Black is, goes down a bit too sharp. Maybe have gone for the dive kill, but didn't have enough time as the game is over, and that is the end of that. So, yeah, that wasn't Elong as I expected them. That was much, 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 much slower.
Yeah, pretty surprising games from these Asian teams. We expected aggression, brawling, but we all got like pretty stalemate matches.
Very slow going, very sniping, a few maneuvers, not really decisive actions. But yeah, there's not anything else we can say about that match, literally. Okay, let's try and think tactically. What should have YaTo done instead to maybe pull out that win in that last battle? Did they do anything right? Was there any small changes they could have done that maybe would have given a better result?
They had a nice idea with the Batchet being the bait in the middle, but turns out they didn't do enough damage in the exchange. That Batchet went down from full HP to nothing, and YaTo only managed to do like 500, 600 HP in return, so really not worth it. They needed a much better covering fire.
That's probably better. Yeah, that's probably it. They just didn't have the right concentration. They laid a trap, but they didn't really have the backup. They didn't have the firepower. So we can see the stats. We'll probably be able to see that the Batchat didn't do as much damage as maybe he should do. I don't think he fired all 6 shots. He was on reload when he got caught out, and I think he decided that he would reload early. That he fired 1 or 2 shots, reloaded. Haha, they won't think I'm reloading after just 2 shots, right? Wrong. They came around and they just sat still. Okay, I'm going away now. 550 HP exchange for a Batchat. Not a good exchange. There we are. So let's have a look at, I'm going to have a quick check. Our next game after this one will be Wombats against the Red Canids. Oh, here we are. Here's the stats. So which was the batch chat on the hill? It was for YaTo. It wasn't Hate. It wasn't. It was Lack, right?
Yes.
LAK, Lack. Yeah, so it was Lack. So we'll see on the other screen what he
Should be
did.
on the bottom. Yeah,
No.
2 shots.
Yeah. No, that was Dory. It was Lack. I swear it was Lack.
Yes, he fired 5 shots, but he only connected 2. Actually.
Yeah, he only connected 2 shots off the 5, and so he did go and reload after firing 5, which is probably a big mistake. He should have reloaded, like fired only 1 or 2 shots if he was going to do that. But yeah, they knew it. They went around the corner casually and just took him out. Reflection.
Also, Dory was in the TFP that was first in that counter push. He exactly the covering 5 from Milgang was much better. He did nothing, and the HP just went down from YaTo game.
That's the way it happens sometimes. In fact, I remember Castle Crew having a very similar situation in the last finals in EU, where they were up by so much HP, ran forward, and 4 tanks died firing 1 shell between them. No, 1 shell each. 1 shell between them. They just couldn't find a target. They ran into an ambush situation. There's 3 different directions, and they were just like, 1 tank exploded, 1 tank exploded, another tank exploded. It was not good, and that's what Focus Fire does. Focus Fire knocks out those guns really quickly. So, right, the next game should be starting very shortly. I'm not sure which map it is, but we'll find out, and hopefully we'll get some sort of tighter action. Steps. Pretty good map. What do you think of Steps?
It's a nice map, a lot of opportunity for boosts, especially now with the new physics. It's gonna be interesting. Oh, we see both teams having an arty, and actually pretty heavy lineup for Steps.
Right, well, let's have a look. They have a 113 and an E5, an object 140 ×2 and a batch ×2 with a Lorraine. They're on the defensive, so they have it's very light amount of heavy tanks for a artillery game, don't you think?
Yeah, we see EL Gaming having much more heavy tanks. 4 actually.
Yeah, exactly. And they have much more HP, much more ability to block, whereas the light tanks... Oh, wait, Dory's caught out in the open. He's been tracked, and he's used his repair kit and ran away. But unfortunately, we missed that on the camera. But Dory...
He lost a lot of HP.
Almost got... He was tracked. So, yeah, he had to use his repair kit and get out, because he almost died. That's a disastrous start there for YaTo Gaming, and... It looks like we're getting a big cap attempt here from Elong. Now, they do this quite often, and what you'll see is that this is not really a cap attempt. They just want to draw out YaTo and fight. Exactly. You see the Bad Chat, the FV, and 113 standing behind in the support position. It doesn't really matter about the artillery. It will do a bit of damage here, there, and everywhere, but what they're really trying to do is draw out the team. However, you see the Object 140 and the 2 Bad Jacks gunning it, trying to get around the back.
I think they need 3 tanks in the cap, because this 1 artillery could keep resetting the 2 guys in the cap. It goes much slower. If they put the 3rd tank in the cap timer could be already at 10 seconds, and it would just provoke a faster move from YaTo. But
also they'd be in a weaker position if the enemy did come and engage. In fact, if they put in a 3rd tank right now, they would win. The enemy would have misjudged the timing, and they would have actually got the cap win. They just didn't expect the cap win. In fact, there's the reset. They didn't actually expect this to go. With 6 seconds left, they could have actually got it, but they try to track it nice, but it doesn't succeed as he takes shots from every direction and actually ammo-racked and blown up. Nice is taken out. That is exactly what YaTo needed, but the HP is still in Elong Gaming's side. So even with that disastrous ammo rack, they're still doing really well. As Legion takes a lot of damage here against Grand Ren. He's got 2 shells. If he misses a single one, though, he won't be able to kill him. It's up to the shot. He gets it. No mistake from Grand Ren, and he executes Legion.
You see, HP is pretty close.
The HP of the teams are very, very close. YaTo have done a great job of bringing this up. as the rain, though, is from different directions, and you don't want to have enemies on different directions in an E5. He is taken out. Oh, bounce from fire as they try to hit him, and it's the bouncy bat as the turret bounces the shot. Elon Gaming, again, neck and neck with HP as Flag and Reflection come in with Goran Ren almost off reload. This is the guy to watch as LAK is taken out by Flag. Goran Ren's going to come up, and here's where the damage against fire is going to happen. 1, 2, Goran Ren, 3. Oh, he survives. Reflection's going for the ram. Doesn't need it. Flag finishes it up. Hate, though, is running away and able to take out Goran Ren. He wasn't able to use his entire autoloader. Played a bit too aggressive, I think.
Dory has an important job here. He has to put all of his shots out, but he can't. He has to run.
Yeah, that's true. Although I don't think this is even once. Oh, that would have been it.
Oh.
If that hit Hate, that would have been game over. But it's not. Reflection is taken out. This actually could swing back to YaTo's favor because Flag is now against 2. And it's, no matter how much HP you have, if you're against 2 opponents who are good, it's impossible to stay alive. But the Bat Chat, what's his reload status, I wonder? But Flag, wait a minute, is able to get the drop on Hate. And Hate was in the wrong position for half a second, and Flag was able to punish him for it. And the Bat Chat is too far away. It looks like Dory is not coming for support. And there's Fox hit. Nice shot. That's what they needed. They're back in it. And YaTo, that's why Dory was not on reload. So now it's Dory versus Flag. Dory knows Flag is in the open, but he's just reloading. He's taking the shot. Is this a disaster waiting to happen? No, he penetrates. Can he get another one? No, he doesn't. And he's reloading immediately. He's playing for the long game. Elong needing to cap, don't have enough time to cap in the time it takes him to reload 1 clip. So that's probably a sensible choice for Dory.
This is still really close, but Dory only has to spot him and let his own artillery to do the shot and reset. I would go for YaTo Gaming actually in this case because EL Gaming is on attack.
Right, news from the main stage, it's currently 2-0 to Wombats on Tanks. So Simp are down 2-0, but they don't seem to be getting rolled over. They seem to be putting up pretty much a pretty good fight, which is really nice. But let's focus on this game as Dory is the moneymaker. Can Dory get the spot on Flag, and then can Tyan actually get the shot? Now, oh, wait a minute, he cleared it. Didn't do any damage, but did clear the cap. Really nice, which means he knew that Flag was going to be there, and Dory has spotted him. So Dory now has seen exactly where Flag is. He's getting a great angle there. He might actually be able to get the shots. But Fox is loaded, and if Dory is hit, he's gonna die, right?
Actually, he has 550 HP.
Against the Lorraine, though? The Lorraine should be able to one-shot him.
Yeah, from a direct hit, yeah. It's really hard to hit a moving target, though.
Of course.
With the artillery.
Although Flag hitting him and then any sort of glancing hit, but oh, Dory's got to be able to take out Flag here. Flag's on reload, and he's looking the wrong way. Can Dory ambush Flag? It looks like he misses the first shot.
Flag loaded HE, actually.
Oh, and T-Tide take him out. There we go. YaTo seems to be dominating here, but it's not over because shotgun power is a real thing, and Dory might actually die to Fox. Oh, good blind attempt. Didn't work. Elong are on the offense, though, so it's very unlikely that this guy's going to get it. But it's not completely out the question.
We actually saw the 113 loading. He was actually loading HE to try and one-shot the Badget. Because with HE it has like 560 alpha or something. He actually could have done it.
That's a sensible choice.
Yes, yeah. That situation. Now it's really hard for EL Gaming to actually win this game.
But it was a good execution there by YaTo as they waited for Tyan to line up his shots, and it worked. It worked really well for them. And Elong now trying to get desperate here, but this is not what I expected. Elong are going to go down, well, likely to be down 1-2, and have not been what we expect at all.
Really surprising, yeah.
Right, we're just waiting with the tense knowledge. Dory and Tian are waiting to see if they can find the Lorraine. And I don't know what he's trying to do. It's 2 minutes 30, and I really don't know what he's trying to do.
He still has time to go cab, but it's highly unlikely he will manage to get the cab done. I'm going to let you listen to the soundscape of the new engine.
keep it nice and quiet for you. As Fox is exploring the countryside and looking out for some prey. YaTo Gaming are hiding, and Fox is sniffing out his opponents. He has a very slim chance of winning, but if he does hit Dory, and Tian misses his shot, there's a chance he can win this. And he knows it. Although, what's the reload time on this thing?
It's about 27 seconds or 28.
Right. So he really needs it. Update from the main stage, guys. It's 3-0 to Wombats. So let's see what's going on here. Does he know where Dory is? No, he guessed wrong. He guessed wrong. He knows Dory's around there, though. That's a great guess. Like, of all the whole map where he could pick, he was 2 bushes off, which is really good. Oh, dear, oh dear. Right. Fox's reload, it's actually faster reload than I thought. It's one of the faster reloads for a team, right? Dory must know that he's doing this, though, but Fox is looking the wrong way.
Still has time for 2 blind shots, but will he do it?
You know, he needs now he needs to hit, because if he doesn't hit Dory with his next shot, he won't have enough time to fight TNTN.
This is almost impossible.
Come on, you can do it. Where's he going? What's he doing? Fox, what are you doing? I don't know what he's playing at. If he doesn't fire in the next 2 seconds, he's not. That's it. It's done. Yep. He's lost. What the hell? Okay, well, I'm hearing Mitch on the main stage going mental, which means that the simp game is pretty exciting. So if you don't want the relaxed, comforting sound of our voices on this stream and you want some excitement, go there. But if you want to chill out after the last exciting games, stay with us, because we are the groovy sounds of 2016. He fires into the air. Fox, mate, what's he doing? That's it, that's it of that. So that was 1-2 to YaTo Gaming. Elong not playing like they did. I feel like they're playing very different right now. I don't know how else to explain it. They are simply playing very differently.
I think they got shocked from the NSS game. I think they expected much more, but they got stomped in that game. It was like 5-1, should have been 5-0, so I guess their morale is down.
It must be. Their confidence are down. But I see that it's also hit 4-0 on the main stage. So out, just 2 maps down for Simp. Wombats are clearly in command of that stream, or that match right now. So ouch. That's not so good for Simp, although they have a game later, which is much more favorable for them statistically. So we'll watch that nice and close later today. But first, we still have the conclusion of this wildlife exploration here on the backstage. We're trying to be nice and calm and explore the wilderness with these 2 Chinese teams, because they are really not playing as we expected. Like, I always cast these guys and usually they are mental. Like, a lot of the foreign teams just look at them like, that's not even tactics, they're just charging at the enemy shooting. And now it's like they're trying tactics, they're really trying, and I think they're overthinking it. I think they're not playing to their strengths. They're actually overthinking themselves, you know, they're beating themselves, right? How you guys doing? How you guys doing at home? I hope you're enjoying it. Us, the show.
Yeah, we can see
that's amazing.
Lorraine Artie from YaTo Gaming doing 3.6k damage. Wow, that's amazing. He pretty much single-handedly won them the game.
He did, really, because look at Fox, who got 1 good hit off. He definitely didn't do it, and Black was annihilated. No damage down. If he did better, and Black's a very good player, but 0 damage from him is very unusual and extremely concerning, really.
Yeah, I think he was that 113 who got clipped by Batchet at the northern position.
Maybe, yeah. Just ambushed and killed, isolated, and there we are. So, yeah. I can't give any excuses for them, really. I just hope that they stand up, breathe deep, and go, okay, guys, we're not going to play this anymore like we've been doing. Let's get it together. Let's do it. Let's get excited. Let's go for it. Let's drive. Let's do it. Let's do something. Maybe not. Let's find out. The next battle is starting now. We're on battle number 4. Feels like we're much further on, but battle number 4, map number 2. Currently, the score is 2-1 for YaTo Gaming. Let's go. Okay, so YaTo in the offensive in the blue versus Elong in the red on the defensive. Now we have 3 1-1-3s, 2 Batchats, a TVP, and an RU. Pretty standard stuff from Elong. And
for YaTo, we have 3 1-1-3s, 1-1-40, 2 Batchats, and a Lorraine RT. Yeah, we see YaTo sticking with the Lorraine RT. Of course, he did 3.6k damage last game. Would be a smart thing to do.
Yeah.
Looks like we're gonna see a brawl.
Oh, it looks like that YaTo have realized. Oh no, not YaTo. Elong are not going to go defend at all. They're going to go for it, but they've been spotted. Their ambush is not going to work. Unless they're going to commit now, which would be very dangerous because they're going into an ambush situation. If Elong go up here now, they're going to go 3-1 down, and it's a good chance they're going to be going home, and that's pretty scary stuff. The #1 seed would be devastated to go home now.
We see 1-1-3s from EL Gaming trying to push a bit, but they took some shots already.
Yeah, Newman takes the opening shot. That's first blood. It goes to YaTo Gaming, and they're sensing the wounded Elong here, and they've got a mission. They've got a statement to stay. But Lu Jun takes some shots. The Rain as well. And actually, there's some good positioning here from Elong as they are surrounding in a very certain way. Reflection comes in, absorbing some damage, which is pretty good in this sort of skirmish situation, as his damage output is not necessarily as reliable.
Pushing over and losing so much HP.
Yeah, YaTo Gaming are pushing over, losing a lot of HP, but they're also giving as good as they get. And it doesn't seem like there's any significant advantage for either side right now. Kaboom goes Hate. Black managed to take him out, so Black isn't doing 0 damage this time. And that first big gun going down is a big deal, but Black is taken out in revenge, which is not good. It's all over the place, and here comes fire. Watch him take out Newman and Flag. He has damage, but he misses that first shot. They keep doing that. The second shot also misses. He needs to hit with at least 1 as he takes out Newman. There we go. But Guan Ren goes, you know what? I'm not going to let you do that. His Flag is isolated. Guan Ren finishes his clip. Is now nothing but a distraction. He's HP on wheels. And this is the difference between... Wait a minute. All that massive damage hit him from TNT and... Oh, no, it wasn't TNT, and Light just got taken out. I'm not entirely sure where from. And it's all over the place again. Guan Ren really taking quite a bit of damage, but he's on reload, where Fox is the guy that really needs to stay alive and skirmish more. But if Nice and Guan Ren back off, reload, they're in a good position because TNT can't really fight that sort of fast lineup. Is 2 Batchats and a TVP, so, you know.
Yeah, it's always nice when your fast and medium tanks actually stay alive at the end of the game in open maps such as steps. It's really much better than staying with heavy tanks, for example.
Yeah, exactly. If they just had heavy tanks left, heavy tanks can be overwhelmed when they're on their own, but light tanks are much better suited to, I don't know, small skirmishes, you know?
Especially since YaTo still has their artillery in the game. Now we see YaTo is gonna go for second cap. I guess they will put 1 guy in the cap, the other for example 113 in the cap, Batchet supporting it, and artillery just watching out as well. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening.
Yep. Orix says, yep, they have an ambush here for Dory. If Dory comes on this corner, Dory will die. I think that's the only way to say that.
He's still not spotted.
"77 seconds. Let the atmosphere of the siren draw you into the universe of World War II. The battles of these titanic attacks and the air raid that may be coming upon thee, as TNTian can bomb them from afar. As Elong Gaming would need to react in 60 seconds, But Dory's getting a bit bored, scouting, and maybe we'll run into Guan Ren. That looks like a proxy scout will happen, and yes it is. He spotted all 3 tanks. Oh, he gets the first shot off though, and takes out Guan Ren, and they're actually surprised. Wow. Their ambush is going wrong, and Nice is missing half his shots as well. Dory's actually getting 3 shots off, but he burns, and he burns down. That was an utter disaster!
Arctic hits a shot on the TVP. Wow.
Elon get wrecked because they were just not expecting him to come from that direction. He just, what a hero!
And Nice is on reload. He doesn't have time to.
What a hero!
This is gonna be kept. Yeah.
Dory, what a hero! Saw that they were he was in the wrong place, but also the Elon were not looking the right way, and then they panicked, and then they won the fight, and Fox was just sat there going like, what happened? And then boom, the artillery gets him. Wow.
Really nice play from Dory.
Dory won that game at the end there. It was very close, but yeah. That was decisive by Dory at the end. And it couldn't be the captain's goal. It was definitely Dory who was like, oh, I can go. Sacrificed Dory for 2. And totally worth it at that point in the game. Amazing. Right, so let's have a see how that went down. And yeah, I guess the tanks were not from World War II. I see in the chat's like, hey, this isn't World War II tanks. Yeah, okay, the atmosphere, you know, tanks. Yeah, these guys are all more advanced than that. At least most of them are way more beyond. In fact, I find it interesting that we've done that with the tier system. You know, Wargaming's tier system, you've got tier 10s that are from World War II, like the Mouse, and you've got tier 10s that are actually, you know, 20, 30 years later than that. And yet they've somehow managed to balance them and make them viable and fun with themselves within the universe of World of Tanks, you know?
It also seems that the lower tier tanks tend to be the older ones, actually.
Well, of course, because, you know, but it's not always the case. There are some tanks that are, like, for example, the Tiger, right? The Tiger is on the same tier as the tanks that were produced to like, counter it. So, like, there was development of 2 or 3 years, and they're on the same tier, which is a really interesting balancing point. It's a lot of the reason why people think the Tiger sucks in the game compared to what it should be, but it's only because it's matched against bigger, more powerful tanks. But there we are. Here's the stats. It's not organized in any particular way. But I want to see Dory's stat for that. Reflection went down without doing any damage, but that's okay. He was the RU, although he could have done a bit more. And we have Dory with 3,000.
Decent.
Matching Nice, although 14 shots each, 1 extra penetration by Nice. So Nice was actually hitting better in theory, although at the end there he did miss at least 1 shot as he panicked as Dory came flying down. But that maneuver there was fantastic. Fox as well, look at the damage. They were carrying the team,
Yeah, we see 2 guys from EL Gaming doing a lot of damage, but the rest of them just not enough.
Yeah, not enough for support from those 2. They can't carry alone. I think that's the famous phrase, right? We can't carry enough. I'm sure they're going to have discussions right now in their booth. Just a little bit. Take me through this. If this was happening to Penta, what would be happening right now if you were Elon? Like, what would be the discussion? How would it go? Can we actually broadcast that, or is the language too strong?
It tends to go, tends to be too strong, but yeah.
I can imagine the pressure they must feel right now, especially because they're expected to win.
Yes, that's even worse.
Yeah.
When you're expected to win and you do badly.
They're actually far behind. Like, there's so far in this group stage, any team that's this far behind have lost. It's been, generally speaking, really close games that at the very last second go one way or the other, or one team pulls ahead and just keeps ahead. So this might be the first comeback if Elon can get back, or we're going to see the #2/#1 seed in the world go home on day 1, which would be a massive upset for the Asian region, considering I think a lot of them were expecting them to be the pride, you know, of their region, of their server regions. And if you've just joined us and you don't know much about World of Tanks, our servers are split into the different regions, the different continents, and we have Asia, we have CIS, which is Russia, Ukraine, Belarus, then we have Europe, which is Central Europe, and we have America, which is North America, the server is located, but it's also anyone in South America also plays it. Anyone in the Americas plays on that server. But we're getting ready to go into battle number 5, where we will get to see if Elon can pull this back, or if they're going to fall apart because they're on tilt, which I think we just realized is the Penta way. Right, well, let's take me through this map, sir.
So we see a Prokhorovka. It's an again open map. I guess this map is favored by EL Gaming because it allows you to play really aggressive. You can just take the mid take and control the mid positions. Let's see the lineups. We see two 113s, STB, TVP, Batchet, two TVPs actually, and RU for EL Gaming. E5, STB, 140, two Batchets and TVP for YaTo Gaming. See, 39, yeah, that's...
How will this play out? Let's now we know the tanks. How will this play out? Like,
yeah,
what do you expect to happen? Like, Elong are on the attack in the red. What's their plan? You see their starting positions. How do you think this battle will play out? Like, the sort of flow?
We see two TVPs on the 2 line from EL Gaming. I guess they're trying to get the control of the 1-2 line and push those TVPs all the way to B2. But we see a heavy defense from YaTo Gaming on that area. Yeah, we see YaTo Gaming playing pretty defensively.
Again, so it does seem like our kind of thought about them is kind of true. And I love these new gun sounds. They are so much better.
Yeah, I guess EL Gaming is actually expecting MX-3090 to be in the E1 bush, but YaTo decided to put Batchet, and not in the front bush, but the bush bit in the back. So it's really smart. It's harder to blind shoot that Batchet bush.
Yep. It's good positionings. YaTo have caused first blood against Fox, and they're dug in like they should be. And I think Elong have forgotten they're attacking. Although Black is trying, he's there at the front. You know what could be? There could be something wrong with Elong's players. Like they could have some sickness or some jet lag. They have traveled far. They have the biggest time difference, I believe, of all the teams. Maybe the American teams, some exceptions there. And 2 of their players, or 3 of their players, are playing really well. And some of the other players just not as good as they should be. They might just be not slept or rest, or they might feel tired. I don't know what it is, but it just feels like there's something wrong with Elong today.
They're trying to figure out what is YaTo doing. We see very defensive positions from YaTo Gaming, and we have RU from EL Gaming trying to scout out where they can find the weakness in the defense. I believe RU from EL Gaming still didn't spot anything.
No, but Reflection might spot fire, or at least when he's spotted, he'll realize that something's here. No, he'll get spotted by Liu Jun, maybe. No! I'm surprised he wasn't spotted by the STB.
Oh, he is spotted now.
Yeah, there he is. He's not got to the bush he wanted. He wanted to be in this corner, and that's dangerous, Reflection. Why you sat there? You were spotted. Did he not see the light bulb? Reflection,
This
mate.
is actually a really good position. It's a dip in the ground.
Is it?
You can stay pretty safe, yeah.
Okay. All right, well, that's a change in the map I wasn't aware of. Okay, cool.
Yeah, this spot is actually really useful in defense. You can put like STB up there, and he can really use his hold-on capabilities really good. So now EL Gaming knows that the majority of the tanks is on the western side of the railroad, so they can freely move their tanks on the east.
Yeah, absolutely. They have the Rain here is in this, in my opinion, a much superior tank for the situation. The 113 won't match an E5 in a slugging match on a hill like that, right?
Yeah. Reflection still doesn't know that fire is in the bush.
Reflection is doing, man. He's deep infiltration behind enemy territory. Look at that minimap. I've never seen such a thing. Who got the shot off there? Someone on the hill. Who's on the hill behind? The Batchat on the left. The cameraman hasn't noticed there's a Batchat on the left. On the left, cameraman, on the left. There's a Batchat watching him. I can't see which one it is. Let me see if I can guess. It's either Dory or Lack. It's Lack. There it is. Lack got the shot into Reflection's ass and didn't get spotted still. YaTo are playing
Lack's
this
gonna pick
really...
over.
Oh, there he goes. That was a mistake by Lack. But Reflection gets hit again and again. He jumps over.
Should go down.
Gets a little bit of air. However, he should be taken out. No, he gets a shot off. That was quite nice, actually. But can Elong use that to his advantage? He sacrificed himself. Where's the damage coming out? The rain is getting picked off. That would be big. If they can take out the E5, that would be a really nice thing for Elong. And Flag is going to go for it, and he gets it. Nice shot there by Flag. So Elong are trying to crawl back into this. They're making it happen.
Nice lost all his HP.
But Nice is gone. That's most of their DPM, although Fox is still in it. It's still on the fence. However, remember, Elong are on the offensive. They have 4 minutes 40 left to get this done. They're at least making an effort now. It's Grown Red and stuff. Moving up to get Dory. Dory is down. This means that they have one advantage. No, they're losing so much HP. They're bleeding. Ruptured HP right now. As you see it swinging back in YaTo's favor. They need to do something massive while TNT is on reload, but it's not going to happen as Goran, Ren, and Flag are very nervous right now.
Yeah, and TVP should come off reload any second now, and it should be a 2k HP. We see 2k HP difference for YaTo Gaming. They're playing really well, actually. I'm surprised. Even Newman going down. We have 5 tanks against 4.
It's possible, but not entirely legit. Black is isolated now. This is their only opportunity. If those 3 tanks manage to rush in and kill the TVP before he reloads, they might be able to do anything, but it's very unlikely. As TNT is coming off reload any second now. He's going to double tap. 1, next shot is in Flag. Oh no, he's not going for Flag. He's going for the TVP in the background. It takes him out. Even better. Flag's going out next. It's currently 4-1. Match point. YaTo's taking out Elong. This is an upset of astronomical proportions.
Yeah, really surprising. 4-1. Oh, Flag still not going down. Any second.
Right, there we are. This is probably the slowest game we've had in this tournament, and it's not Elong. I feel like we are watching a disaster unfold, and we don't know the secret behind it. And if I can get someone to talk to Elong and ask them what happens for tomorrow, so I can tell you what happened, because they are not playing themselves. And if they do lose this game, as in any more battles, even one more battle, they're gone. They're gone. I just don't know how else to explain this. It's really shocking.
They must have gone on tilt early on, because that's like really surprising from a team that should be easily winning against YaTo.
Right. How come Penta aren't here? Let's change the topic. How come you guys aren't here? Huh?
Our last season we did pretty badly. We finished 8th.
You survived relegation though, right?
Yes, we did, but yeah. And season before that we actually finished 2nd, so even if we finished like 5th or 6th, we could have qualified.
Really?
Yeah, because we were 2nd in the...
So what happened?
I don't know.
The gossip is here. Go on, what happened? What happened? It's like someone not performing their best?
We actually recruited quite a few players, like 2-3 players from where we had 2-3 new players from the start of the season, so a bit of inexperience from these new players.
New gelling, new teamwork, you know.
Yeah.
That's one excuse.
Also, as we were attending the World Cyber Arena in December last year, that tournament was still in 754, while the new season was in 768.
You got to prioritize. Which one would you like to do?
Then we trained both, so it kind of gets...
Well, what would you rather go to, the WCA or the Grand Final? Is it?
Yeah.
You made your decision. Now you're sleeping in the bed.
Actually, the World Cyber Arena event had a pretty big prize pool. That's why we were kind of, at that point, prioritizing the 754.
What position did you get?
We managed to get 5th to 8th position from 12 teams.
That's not so good.
Yeah, but it was a quite tough competition. We had Navi in our group, and
yeah, of course, it happens.
Yeah.
What do you think of the current meta of Europe? How do you feel it's coming along? You feel like every team in the Gold League has adjusted to Tier 10 now, and they're playing quite nicely. How do you feel of all the teams in Europe?
Yeah, I believe so. We saw some new teams coming from Silver League, performing really well, like Team Oops and Knekkerbrot. I think most of the teams are pretty good on their tactical level.
Hate did 4,800 damage in that. He really hated them. Ouch. So who's the strongest in Europe right now, excluding the teams that are mostly made up of Russians? So is it still Kazna? Still Kazna #1?
Yeah, I would say so, yeah.
Anyone close to second or anything?
Yeah, I would mention Team Oops. Ding was doing really good. They were in the offline season finals. They lost against Tornado pretty 5-0.
Right, we are though into battle number 6. It is match point right now, so if YaTo win this, Elong, #1 seed in the world, is going home. Ouch! That would be absolutely the worst thing that could happen to them. To be the first, in fact, they would be the first team, if I look at the results, to be knocked out, I believe. So that would be not good. Anyway, let's focus on this battle and see how they play it. So we have Guan Ren in the FV215B, Black in the 113, TVP, driven by Fox and Flag, and nice, they've taken 3 of them. And Newman in the bad chat. Reflection again driving that RU251. LAK, Lack is getting smacked, bang, 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 bang. One more shot, can they get it? Black's gonna take it, no, Fox. Okay, that's what they needed. YaTo needed not to have that happen. Elong on the defensive. The first scouting run YaTo tried to do, they lose it. So Lack dies. Elong needs that. I think they can feel a bit safer now, a bit more relaxed. Oh wait, here comes the all or nothing charge down the first column as it looks like they're going with the 113 Legion at the front. Just, you know what, let's go. We lost our scout. Let's, instead of making this a 10-minute battle, let's just go and do it. I'm starting to like YaTo. I think they're really thinking of us and not thinking like, well, we got a really low chance of winning. Let's not wait around 10 minutes. Let's get it done and get to the next battle. They might still pull this off if they manage to get, look at the TVPs there from Elong in the wrong position. They could actually do this if they can take out Guan Ren. And now they've seen at least 2 tanks. They know lots more firepower's coming in. This could be bad really quickly. Sorry, go ahead.
We see 5 tanks from EL Gaming out of the fight. Yeah, this is looking good for YaTo after that first exchange.
But they take him out. 2,500 HP down the drain. Boom, kaboom, you're gone. And Reflection is also spotted and taken out. You know that HP advantage they had? That's gone. That's no longer existing. And that all happens because of the form up and go. YaTo was like, okay, the only way we can win this right now is by catching them off guard. They did it. They got back into this. And Fox is spot as well. He didn't actually get out. And that's a disaster, swinging back the other way. What a play by YaTo, the exact right thing to do. They couldn't have done anything better.
Exactly. Wow.
So Nice is trying to put a fight in. He's got his clip off and got away, but not enough damage, I'm afraid. YaTo are defending after all. They just have to sit back and wait. They don't have to do anything aggressively, but nice bounce there from Black. Good rotation. You saw the way he rotated his tanks. Anyone who isn't necessarily, I don't know, above 60% win rate might not have known how to do that, but that was a really nice play from Black, realizing exactly raise his chance of lowering penetration. Raising his chance to lower penetration chance. I'm really bad with English. Nice is over the top in the background, but he isn't going to be stopped by Lu Jun, but he might be able to get a shot off if he wants to. No, he decides against it. Rain and Hate fire against Flag and actually connect, very surprisingly there. And this seems like an utter mess.
Yeah, we see EL Gaming pretty split. They have 2 tanks on the 2 line, 1 in the middle and 1 trying to do some kind of a flanking maneuver over the railings.
I just realized YaTo aren't defending at all. They're actually attacking. As the siren came up, I got really confused. I was like, wait a minute, Elong aren't capping. Yeah, Elong are defending. And no one noticed, don't worry. Move on. This is a really good cap attempt, actually, from YaTo. They're forcing Elong to re-engage when they have the HP advantage. It really does feel like the death march here for Elong.
And this TVP has to fully commit to reset, actually. He has to reach this rock. Otherwise, he can't reset. He does have shots on the E5, though, and he will actually... He did 3 shots on that E5.
That's good. This at least crawls it back in their direction. The cap is stopped. The E5's down to a third of HP, so at least it's the right direction. Although Newman goes down to 1 hit, he's still got 3 shells left. He doesn't want to take out now, but it does happen, unfortunately for him. That leaves 3 tanks available here for Elon. They do take out the E5. It's now 3 against 3. HP advantage in YaTo's favor. However, those are 2 TVPs.
Yeah, YaTo will push over because they know TVP is on their backside. They have to push and kill this 1-1-3 really fast.
And they are saving fire. So instead of Fire and Hate going over together and Black being able to take him out, instead Hate goes over alone, tries to take out Black. Black will reload first. No, he doesn't. But he doesn't die to Hate's shot and does quite a bit of damage. He's going for the ram, I thought. But there he goes. Pop goes the Weasel. Black is taken out. It's now 2 versus 3, but it is TVPs. If anyone can do it, TVPs can do it. It's just really low odds at this point.
Yeah, but we see now YaTo tanks are actually in a crossfire. They have shot. They could get shot from in the back and from the front. It's actually EL Gaming having a nice positions here.
Yeah, they are defending, so they do have the advantage of ambush. They can do it, but oh, this is not going to work. It's Elon's. Nice.
Oh.
Fires in panic, doesn't get the connection, and then dies to the 1-1-3. He just sits still, aims, and fires. Flag is now 1 against 3. I feel this dropping feeling that there's no way Elon can get out of this. It's double the HP and triple the guns. He needs a miracle. He needs ambush, fire, get away. Ambush, Hate, get away, and somehow trick Lu Jun. This is a 1 in a million chance.
And he is spotted right now, not looking good.
I think they're crying. I wish we had a cam on them right now, because this is the moment for them. They're backstage, we don't actually have it, but I can't imagine this being a really nice moment for them. But some quite nice damage from Flag, but I would drive the other direction. Get away!
It's over.
It's over. That's it. YaTo knockout Elon.